What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is Sunday night, ending a disastrous week for the Dallas Cowboys. After being in the penthouse, we go to the outhouse. And I'm going to say that this is going to be one hellacious week in the media for Dak Prescott. Not that I think that Dak Prescott gives a rat's ass of what Skip Bayless or Shannon Sharp or Stephen A. Smith or Shady McCoy or any of those mother humpers care. But what they say. But he will, as well as the Dallas Cowboys, will get killed. And Dak Prescott will take the blame, of course, for this. The quarterback always gets too much credit and too much blame. I will give you that we could not score in the red zone. We have a bunch of things to work on. And I will also say, for all those people out there, happens every time. You know, we get called the bandwagon fans. Now, I'm going to say, you can call me a lot of things, but the Cowboys lost. I stayed on there until halftime of the Steelers game. And literally having people come in there calling me everything but a child of God. People that are saying, you blocked me. If I blocked you, then how come you're here? That are literally just there just to troll. I'm here for the good times and I'm here for the bad ones. I'm here, I take the shots for the Cowboys and so on, because you can't go talk to Dak. You can't go talk to, Mike McCarthy. But you can certainly come after Mark Holmes and give me all that. But for those out there that are ready to give up on the season, where we're 2-1 after a bad game. Now, I'll be the first one to say that I didn't listen to my own advice where I say, don't get too excited about what you see and don't get too upset, because the real team has yet to show up and you don't really know what you have until about the middle of October. And you also have to understand, there's always going to be some of those games where you look like shit. There's also going to be some of those games where you look like world beaters. And when you do, you have statistics. Mean, mode, modulation, and there's another one. Mean, median, mode, and modulation. One of them is where you take out the highest and you take out the lowest. And then you figure out the one that's in the middle of those, the rest of what's left over. But for those out there that are packing it in, that you're getting off on the Cowboys train, you're out here, the Cowboys suck, I'm sick of this shit and all that, don't watch football. If you can't ride the roller coaster that is an NFL season, then don't. Because you're going to have weeks where you suck. We sucked ass against the Washington Commanders the last game of the season. And we go out and we blow out Tampa Bay. It's the nature of the game. We start out the season looking like ass with Tampa Bay, lose Dak Prescott, and then win the next 4 games when everybody got off the bandwagon. I never said the Cowboys were going to be 17-0. I said 12-5. And a lot of people had us losing, starting out the season, 2-3. Because they looked and said, well, we could lose to the Giants on the road. Giants are a much better team. Then you got Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. You got San Francisco, and then you got Bill Belichick, too. So they were looking at us at 2-3. You're going to lose some games. You're going to win some games that you shouldn't, and you're going to lose some games that you shouldn't. That's the nature of the beast. And if you literally are off the Cowboys after 3 weeks, please stay off. Please, just don't. I don't want a fair weather friend any more than I want somebody to tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the truth, okay? I think we had, I can't think of the right word. Call something or other, but it's like the perfect storm. I think, when you see CeeDee Lamb with the 7 on his face, that losing Diggs was a lot bigger than people thought. Now, understand, Diggs had nothing to do with stopping the run up the middle. The Cardinals had a great game plan. Gannon knows the Cowboys from playing against them, and evidently saw something against our defense that we didn't see. It sickened me seeing our defense getting gashed. Jonathan Dobbs running for 44 yards out of the shotgun. They wiped our ass. They kicked our ass in running the football. When a team can run on you like that, it's hard to win a game. It seemed like a couple of things that were bad. Of course, we missed Diggs. They picked on Deron Bland, and we better get used to it. Dan Quinn's got to come up with a way to protect him, but they definitely picked on Deron Bland. Gallimore didn't look quite as effective without Diggs being out there. Leighton Vander Esch looked like he was going to the wrong hole and looked slow. And it felt like Micah Parsons was the only one getting consistent pressure. Defense gave up 28 points. And they gave up a lot of it on the ground. It's hard to win that way. But I think part of the problem is we start believing the hype. The hype of the Dallas Cowboys being that team. And I think we started looking past the Cardinals game. Now you could say I'm making excuses. I know the trolls will. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I don't care what you think. I don't care. But I think the Cowboys were looking past this to San Francisco. They're like, oh, we got the Cardinals this week who lost to the Commanders and the Giants. And then we got New England, and then we got the big showdown. That's the thing you worry about, is do you get that swollen head where you feel like all we got to do is show up and they're going to bow down to us. Ain't nobody going to bow down to you, because you saw the Arizona Cardinals out there. They looked like the ones that were hungry. They looked like the ones that had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They looked like the ones that were talking shit in Dak Prescott's face. They were the ones that were celebrating out there, having a ball. They were the ones that came to kick your teeth in. And if you're not ready for getting that every week, then you're going to have that happen quite a few times. You got to be the ones out there that have to be more aggressive. We let down. We just did. Our offense, listen, we said this a lot. We worried about our offensive line depth. We've said it. If everybody's healthy on our offensive line, we're good. But we're already seeing Tyron Smith now, out of 3 games, miss 1. Hurt knee. Now we're seeing Zach Martin missing. Hurt ankle. Tyler Smith just getting back on the field this week. And then Biotish hurt his hamstring. You had 2 rookies, undrafted rookies, I believe, start your game for you. Very first start ever. And you had Igoda coming back from injury from last week with a hyperextended elbow. The offensive line, for the most part, didn't do awful, but Dak Prescott was under pressure all night. our receivers didn't get a lot of separation. And we did not challenge the ball down the field a lot. Now, I don't know if that was Dak because we didn't have the time, if that was Mike McCarthy in the play calling. But what we've seen so far this year is we've had a problem in the red zone. And maybe just maybe, they gave up on Zeke too soon. I know $16 million was too much to pay for Zeke. But between not having the offensive line where we're trying to run down there and not having the big guys, we just didn't do it in the red zone. To get down there, throw an interception to end the game, to go down there twice and just not get points, it's unacceptable. We have to do better. Now, Dak, of course, says, hey, it all begins with me. I got to do better. You know, Mike McCarthy, you know, it begins with me. I got to call a better play, get better game plan. And you do. We kept running on first down in the red zone, picking up 1 or 2 yards, and then it's 2nd and 8 where you don't have a whole lot of room. And they know you have to pass. This is a game that at this point, there is nothing we can do about this game. We got our teeth kicked in. We sucked. One thing you can do is get ready for New England and turn that frown upside down. Now, a couple things I will say. I got to say shout out Micah Parsons getting another sack. Like I said, Micah Parsons seemed like the only guy out there that was getting any kind of pass rush tonight. Micah is still that dude. 4 sacks already on the season. But we have to do better as a whole defense. We cannot give up 28 points to the Arizona Cardinals and Josh Dobbs. We just can't. Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard was a workhorse, averaged over 5 yards a carry behind a makeshift offensive line and gave everything that he had. And that was a guy I wasn't sure that could do that. I hope that he could hold up for the season. Thus far, he's been making yardage, but it's been tough sledding. I think he had 128 yards. And the thing that I will say I am so happy to see tonight was Michael Gallup led the team in receptions and receiving yards. Michael Gallup looked like the Michael Gallup before the ACL injury. And that's going to bode well for us down the road. Now understand, it's still September, people. It's still September. You're 2-1. This whole thing of this doom and gloom and, oh, well, we might make the playoffs, but we're going to have a 1 game. You know what? Life is too short. Why don't you try to go week to week and see what happens? Why worry about something that is literally months away before we'll know an outcome? Why waste your time with that? It's funny because I've sat here many times before when we've had our teeth kicked in. I'm not ready to give up on this team. And I'm looking for some people who aren't ready to give up on this team. All the naysayers, the bandwagon jumpster, I don't need y'all. I don't need you. Y'all have fun, you know, in your cloud of misery and stuff. This game is over. I've done my walk of shame. And I'm ready for the next one. And I'm going to say, Eagles, ho-ho. After all the crap you talk tonight, better not lose tomorrow night. I'm going to tell you, you better not lose tomorrow night. All right, good people. I appreciate y'all. Remember, though, the sun will come out tomorrow, like it always does. And remember to tell the people you love them, because you might not get the chance again. Life is short and life is precious. And life is definitely too short to worry about something that you can't control. And we cannot control whether the Cowboys win or lose. All we can do is go along for the ride. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, it's going to be a long week this week, especially with me going to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania tomorrow. Eagle Country. Lord. Have a good one.